So welcome back to Power Automate Session 3. In this session, we're going to learn about conditions, how to use conditions such as switch case, default case, else, if, switch. I'm going to explain everything in detail. But if you haven't seen the previous videos, this is a continuation for the previous session. So please go back to my channel and watch the sessions which we did before you watch this. So again, as usual, if you have any questions regarding the course, or if you are planning to do any project, please contact me in the LinkedIn, which I leave my LinkedIn details in the description below of this video. Or if you can comment on this video, that would be great. So let's get into conditions. So we're going to look at the if statement first, or if condition first. So what we're going to do here is we're going to write a programming to see the grade of a student. So what we're going to do is, with if statement, we're going to see if a student attended the exam or not. So if the student attended the exam, and based on how many marks the student got, we'll grade it accordingly. So we're going to see if first, and then we'll look into switch next. So to do if statement, before we need three variables. So let's drag a variable one. This is going to be str is, this is going to be a boolean. That's fine. We can still do a string str attended. So we're gonna set a value to it. We'll say yes. We can also do boolean, but we'll do that later when it's very appropriate. This is just an example to see if condition. So I'm going to save that, then drag if. So first operand attended select equals to yes. Then what we're going to do, we're going to print our message box, display message box in between. If attended, this is going to be exam attended. Then attended exam good to grade student. So this is if statement. So what we did here, again, I'm going to recap. So what we did here is, if student attended exam, then we're going to display good to grade the student. So let's run this and then see. So attended exam, good to grade the student. So if no, then it's not going to display anything. It's going to skip. It's going to skip the if statement and displays nothing. Okay, it didn't display anything. So let's set this back to yes. And now we will see switch statement. So I hope you got what if statement is. So again, recap. If something is true when we are matching a value, then it's going to go into the body of if statement. If not, then it's going to jump out of that if statement. We will also see else statement later, but for now, just stick to if statement. So switch statement what we're gonna do here. So to do switch statement, let's drag the switch statement within if. We are doing it within if because we will only grade the student if the student attended the exam, right? So here, I forgot to do, before we add switch statement, we need to add another variable. This is gonna get the grade. Based on that grade, let's say this is C. Based on that grade, we're gonna use the switch statement. So switch statement, we're gonna go grade, and then within that switch statement, what we're gonna do, we'll drag the case. So by default, so the case gonna look into grade. So if it's equal to A, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna display another message saying that congratulations, you got A. So this case, got an A. So if you see this below, the hierarchy, this message is added to the case A. So you can see that how many actions there in one case. So if you add more actions in that, it's going to be in this hierarchy. And the only way you can get out of that hierarchy is add another case or add a default case, which we're going to look later. So if you want to see how many cases, how many actions there are within the hierarchy, you can minimize that and it's going to show one action. You can do the same for if statement. It's going to show the count of the action. So sometimes what happens is you keep on adding the code and the code is going to become bigger and then you have to scroll down. So instead of scrolling down, you can just minimize that and see how many actions within that statement. So to add another case, you're going to drag another case into the switch statement. So drag another case into that, and then we're going to add display messages one after other. Let's finish the cases first, and then this is going to be C, and this is going to be D. And then we'll add the default once we finish that. So display message B and display message C and display message D. So still congratulations B, C. So we're gonna change this to God C. Do it better next time. And then this one's going to be, you got it, D. Okay, so let's execute this and then see what message it's going to get displayed. So again, to get into if statement, attend is S, and to display a grade, the grade is C, and then it's going to display you got C. You will have to do better next time. So let's save this again and run. So the first message, attended exam, good to grade the student. When you click OK, it's going to come back. You got C, we'll have to do better next time. But if you see here, we only have A, B, C, D. Anything other than D, you have to display you failed, right? And then we have to display a message saying that you will have to take the exam again. So to do that, drag the default case and then display message. You failed, please see professor. So to display that, we're gonna change this to F and then save and then run. So for now, let's disable this action. Let's only see. We know, again, we have to grade them if yes. So instead of, I'm saying just a click on this display. So let's run and see the direct results of what it's going to be. So it is, you failed, please see your professor. Right, so this is an example for if case, switch case, and default case. We'll see else and else if. So what we're going to do is, so here, anything other than F, we will not provide an attempt for next time. Anything with E, he will get a chance, or he or she, that student will get a chance to write the exam again. So what we're going to do is, if another statement in default case, if the grade is equals to E, it's saying an else if statement can be outside an if block. Okay. So we need to add a if statement first for this one. So if, again, grade, this is, we need to drag this one inside. So it's happy now. So if it's E, display message is going to be you failed. You will have a chance to try again. Again, this summer. So else if, again, we're going to change this to F. So this one, if we have multiple conditions, let's say create another one for F. So this one's going to be you failed. You will get another chance to try again next semester. And then else case. So this is not an if else, this is just an else. Else is not going to check for any condition. If it is other than E or F, then it's going to display a message saying that you failed, please see your professor. Right, so let's see the example for E, F, and anything other. So again, we have seen for C. Let's see what happens for A. So when we save this and run this, so for anyone with grade A, congratulations, you got grade A. So anything with E, when you run it, it's gonna say you failed, and then you will have a chance to try again this summer. So anything with F, if you save this and run this. So try again next semester. Anything other than that, so let's say G, save, and then run. So you failed, please see your professor, right? So we're going to see another example where we're going to check for folder. So this is just to, the grade system is just to get you familiarized with the concepts of if, switch, else, all the other cases. But we're going to see a practical example checking if the folder exists or not. So to do that, I'm going to clear all this, and then we're going to check. So we have multiple if conditions. One of them is for file. We can check if a file exists or not. So to do that, we can drag and drop file if file exists, and then we can add a file. Let's see, I'm going to say best places if this file exists or not. And then if it exists, then we're going to display a message um, saying this file exists, right? So display message title exists, file exists. Again, else is in the condition, and then file doesn't exist. So if you save this and run this again, so it's going to see if the file exists, and then it said file exists because I have the file. So to look into if the file doesn't exist, we're going to say, let's say, change the path a little bit, which I know the folder doesn't exist at all. So if we run it, file doesn't exist. So here we are looking for the file. We are not looking for the folder. But to look for the folder, we have to see there is another if statement, if folder exists. So folder path is documents, and then save, and then move this entire action within that and else within that. If you run this again, so now it skipped that folder and then checks if the file is not exist. Sorry, if it didn't skip it, it added. So I'm going to change the folder and then check one more time. So if the folder doesn't exist, we're going to do a else statement again. So this else is for this if. This else is for this if. So folder doesn't exist, right? So this folder. Save it and then run it again. So now it says the document folder exists. So I didn't know. Let's say. So let's check this. Okay, so now when I give the wrong folder, folder doesn't exist. right? So there are multiple other if statements as well. We're going to cover that later down in the course. So those ones, I can give you the list right now. So if you search for if, we have seen this if, we haven't seen this if. This is for system process. We're going to check that again down the road in the coming up sessions. So this one is, we have seen folder exists. UI automation, we haven't gone into that. Web page automation, we haven't gone into that. OCR, there are still courses coming up in this. So keep an eye for the if statement whenever I go into the other automations. So what we're going to end this session here. Again, if you have any questions, comments, write me down in the comments or in the LinkedIn, which I'm going to leave the description below again. So again, if you have any business, if you are looking for automating a process within your company, please contact me. I'm happy to help. Again, if you want me to do more courses, please let me know in the comments below what course you are looking for. I can arrange for that one at a time. And if you like this video and the course, what I'm doing, absolutely please hit like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends as well to watch this course. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. And we're gonna end this session here, guys. And happy learning. Bye.